Hi, Eric.
Hi, Cassie.
Since I was editing recently, I wanted to ask you a follow-up question about your lost breakfast burrito.
Yes.
Is there any update?
There is update, and I actually told you this already before, but I'm going to tell it again for the sake of listeners. And I will disclaimer this that if you're potentially eating during this story, you might want to wait and then eat after or eat and then press play again because it's kind of nasty.
Or skip ahead.
Or skip
It's
ahead.
fine.
Yeah, that too. So turns out the burrito, for context, if you for some reason didn't hear the other episode, I make burritos for work as like my lunch. And so they're frozen. And the theory is you just throw it in the microwave, heat it up and eat it and whatever. And one of the days I went to work, I went to go get my lunch and I could not find it for the life of me in my backpack. Like I thought I'd left it at home, but then when I got home, it wasn't there either. So I don't know what happened to it at the time. Like 2 months later, I'm clearing out my backpack so that I can just transition the stuff that's in it and everything and like make sure it's clean and get rid of all the extra junk that accumulates over time. And I find the burrito. And there's this pocket on the back of the backpack, on the inside but on the back, where it folds down underneath the base of the backpack a little bit. And I didn't realize it was that deep. And apparently the burrito had fallen in there and it was underneath it. So that means it was not only in the backpack, but it was underneath all the stuff in the backpack as well. So it was being smashed this whole time as well.
Wait, I'm confused. Is this like a pocket in your backpack, like a laptop pocket kind of thing?
Yeah, it's kind of like a laptop pocket. Like in the main part of the backpack, it's like the laptop pocket. But for some reason, it curls underneath into the bottom part as well. So it's not just the depth of the back of the backpack.
So when I asked you, did you check your whole backpack?
I did.
You said yes.
I did. The thing is, I thought I would have bet money. Were I a betting man, I would have bet money that I had checked the entire backpack.
I would have taken that bet because I know you're a fool.
No, but the thing is, I did. I checked the whole backpack and somehow it wasn't there. But that is to say.
So how was the burrito?
I found it. It was not frozen anymore. Keep in mind, this had been like 2 months, month and a half. It was, let's just say, it did not look like a burrito anymore. There was more green and white and mushiness than there was burrito at this point. It was like an unrecognizable bag of probably pungent goo.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you open the bag?
I did not. I figured for my health and safety, I should not open that bag.
But did you squish it around?
Absolutely not. Luckily I found it when I was at home, so it wasn't like at work when I was going to do anything with it necessarily. But I found it at home and was so grossed out I didn't even put it in the kitchen trash can. I went out to the garage and put it in the main trash can.
I was just thinking when you said that, I would rather throw it away at work.
I will say, it speaks to the quality of the bag that I had it in, like the Ziploc bag, because I don't know what brand it was. I don't know if it's Ziploc specifically, but whatever brand it was. Because I could not smell that at all. Even when I was holding it, it didn't smell like anything. Now, I didn't specifically put my nose next to the bag to sniff, but just holding it in my hand, I didn't get any specific smells. So whatever type of bag it was in did a really good job of sealing in the smell.
Or you can't smell.
No, I actually, of my family, I have a pretty decent sense of smell. Probably better than, I would say if you're going to create a tier list in my family of sense of smell, I'm probably in the top 2 or 3 of the people. And keep in mind, for those that don't know, I have a very large family.
Extensive. There's lots of people in the family, not that they're large.
Yeah, that large number of people. Also, why'd you have to even clarify? I don't think most people are going to assume that when I say a large family, I mean physically large.
I don't know. It just felt necessary.
Okay. Then.
It just seemed.
Rude.
Well, I don't know. Some people have large families. There's nothing wrong with it. I was just clarifying.
I just felt like it was unnecessary,
If you said I had a small family, I would have been like, I think on average your family's pretty tall. Don't think you guys are small at all.
I don't think the average person, when you say they have a large family or a small family, is thinking about the size of the people. They're thinking about the numbers. Nobody thinks about the size when they say that.
You don't know that.
No, I'm pretty certain I do know that.
Are we going to take a poll?
Yeah, we're going to create a poll and we're going to put it on one of the social media platforms and we're going to...
Probably YouTube. I think they do polls and people can vote on if large family means.
When you hear someone say, I have a large family,
size or
does that
quantity.
mean the number or does that mean the physical size of the people?
Probably
That's
depends on the context of where you're at.
that seems so, without context of the podcast, even with context of the podcast, that seems kind of wrong.
I mean, I think everyone should love their families for what they are. I don't know why you're making it good or bad.
I'm just saying, I don't know, it seems weird to me.
I'm glad you found the burrito. Do you have anything in place for future burritos to not lose them in your backpack? Or are you just going to make the effort to look harder?
I think, honestly, nothing has changed. I haven't learned from my mistakes at all.
You never learn.
No, I try not to. Learning makes your head hurt.
I mean, it explains a lot about your life, so it's fine.
What did learning ever do for anyone positive? I don't think learning helped anyone ever.
Learning gets you nowhere.
Learning gets you nowhere. You heard it here first. Learning gets you nowhere. No. I'm kidding.
Hey,
I do like learning.
in fairness, we're both educated people, and look where we ended up. See? So
I do enjoy learning. I just enjoy learning what I choose to learn, not what other people try to make me learn.
is that really learning? If you're just like, I'm only going to learn what I want to learn.
Yes. By definition, learning is just the gaining of new information and new knowledge. So yes, it's still learning regardless of whether or not it's your self-motivated learning or like classroom motivated learning.
I just meant more like trying to learn a life lesson, and you're like, I refuse.
Well, that was a joke. I figured you knew that it was a joke. Hey, Kassi, in case you weren't aware, that was a joke.
Oh, jokes are meant to be funny. I don't know if you heard that.
Was that supposed to be a joke? Because,
no,
jokes are meant to be funny.
I was being serious.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm trying to teach you a lesson that you refuse to learn.
You're not a serious person.
Never.
Nobody can take you seriously. Therefore, you're not a serious person.
All right. That's what you think that means.
Well, that's what I think it means now. That's what I officially decided it means right now.
Fine. Can I tell you something I learned recently?
If you must.
Have you ever heard of Knoll Island?
I have not.
Okay. It is an island at the coordinates 00.
Okay.
Yeah. Except that it's not real. It's not a real island. Apparently it's just out in the middle of the ocean. For some reason, when maps were being made, somebody just like put an island there. Like recent history. They just put like an island there. So some maps show islands. Knoll Island, basically, coordinate 00 on maps. But it's in the middle of the ocean.
But it's not even real.
It's not real. It's just that for some reason I think there's like a buoy there, and they like jokingly referred to the buoy as like Knoll Island or something like that. And so then somebody made a map and put it on their map as like an actual island. So now there's this whole kind of like conspiracy about if there's really an island there or not, or if it's just the buoy that's out there. The whole thing was that obviously when people were mapping and coordinates and all that kind of stuff, every country thinks like their capital or whatever should be 00,
yeah.
Right? Like Minecraft style. So then they had like some big conference, and they're like, no, we're just gonna put I guess the whole like, what is it, the prime meridian is because of the observatory, right? So they're like, fine, the prime meridian will be here, but then they ended up putting 00 like out in the middle of the ocean. But now people have all these conspiracies of like, maybe there really is something out there. Maybe they know about something that people don't know. And I was just thinking, like, do you think this poor little buoy is going to get just so much attention and people are going to be disappointed because they're like, where's the island?
I mean, leave it to humanity to take a joke, an inside joke of we're going to drop an island on this point in the map just for fun because we called it this. And it probably was like an in-office joke for those specific people, and turn it into this massive overblown conspiracy theory thing.
And then I thought, if you had to name a fictitious island for this purpose, right? It's just like for the coordinate 00, what would you name it? Because I feel like Knoll Island, I feel like we could have come up with a better name than
Knoll Island sounds like it's honestly it sounds like a conspiracy theory name. Like Knoll Island sounds like the kind of island that would be in like a science fiction story. Does it not? Does it not kind of sound like this is an island that doesn't exist on the maps because it's too dangerous and the alien creatures live there and it's like in the movie or whatever they have to go to Knoll Island. Maybe it's I don't know. It sounds very science fiction-y to me.
It's probably because you're thinking of Skull Island.
I was wondering if that was why, but I was like, that can't be the reason why, right?
I mean, like, I get the joke, but I'm also a little bit like, I just feel like, listen, and maybe I should have prepped for this better. I didn't. I should have thought of island names, but just initially my brain was like, that's not very clever, you know? I think we could come up with something better.
I mean, it's better than like Zero Island.
Yeah, Zero.
Nothing Island.
Nothing Island. I would have named it like Nothing to See Here Island, you know, but no spaces, just one Nothing to See Here. That's one word.
Zilch Island. Nada.
Maybe something with the buoy, you know, Buoy Island.
Buoyland.
Yes.
Buoyland.
Right? Buoyland. I like that. I'm going to write them and see if we can get this changed to Buoyland.
Gonna create a petition. Be like, we're gonna change it to Buoyland.
I think that's a little more descriptive of the island, you know?
And we should also, in that same petition them to make it its own official government. So like Buoyland is a sovereign nation, and if you go to that buoy and like you stand directly on the buoy, you're in your own little country.
Yeah, king of the hill.
Put a little flag off of it that's like a little Buoyland flag. Come up with a national anthem that just plays out of that buoy all the time.
I really like this. I like Buoyland. Do they have their own currency shaped like little buoys?
Yeah, little buoys.
Yeah.
The little buoy coins.
Or it's
buoy bits.
Buoy bits. I don't know why I hate that.
You hate buoy bits?
I don't know why. And then I think maybe like you could have like the little light on the top, the little stanchion part, the little floating like actual buoy part, and then each coin stamped with those is like worth a different value, you know? Where are you spending buoy coins?
How are you differentiating the monetary values?
Oh, because different parts of the buoy will be stamped on different coins. So if you have like, I got a light coin, that's I don't know.
So if you have one that has the light at the top, it's
1
like the
cent.
smallest amount or something.
Yeah.
If you have the one that's like the base, it's the largest amount. Does that mean if you take the buoy bits and you stack them, it creates like a buoy, like the image would create a buoy?
Would create a buoy.
And that's called paying with a full buoy, and it's like a special amount. And like they try to in Buoyland, they specifically like price certain things at a full buoy.
Yes.
But it's like a very commonly used amount. Like you know how like here in the US, I don't know if it's common in other places, but in the US it's super common to have like all price tags end in like 99 kind of thing. It's like that kind of thing. It's like this is a full buoy.
Yeah, or if you do like garage sale flea market stuff, they always try to do it by like 25-cent increments, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
It's like no. This is you don't go to a dollar store in Buoyland, you go to the full buoy store.
Full buoy store.
Everything there costs a full buoy.
Yeah, I like this. I like this idea. Now, how are we fitting all of this on a buoy? I don't know.
Oh, it's like Narnia, you know? The buoy is bigger than it appears.
Maybe it also grows over time, right? They start adding
it's like
other buoys to Buoyland.
No. Buoyland is like Narnia or the TARDIS combined into one object. Like the second you step foot, it's just so much bigger. It's like a whole city.
Yes. I see how they got to the conspiracy
from outside, it
theory.
appears to be a single buoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, from outside, it looks like a little buoy, but if you step foot on the buoy, you're in a city.
I like this. Like Diagon Alley.
Yeah, it's like a circular city that has like this walkway all around the outside, and that's like the main rim of the buoy. But if you step outside of that, you go back out into like our world.
I like it. All right, I'm gonna put that on the list. Email. Is that like the UN? Who do I email about this? Buoyland.
Buoyland. Email the UN about Buoyland. I don't know who would be in charge of that. Who's in charge of the name of the point on the map that's 00?
I don't know. I guess I'll look up whoever the first person to put this fictitious island on their map was, and then maybe I'll also look up who was the council that decided to put 00 there. And we'll take this as far as we can go with it until we get Buoyland.
We're going to take it all the way to the top if we have to.
All the way to the top. Where is the top? We don't know. But there's probably the light for the buoy
Poland.
up there.
I don't know.
Did you say Poland?
I said Poland.
Mm.
I don't know. Where would the top be? If you had to say all the way to the very top, I mean, not to get like, political, but where would you say is the top? Just as a joke. Is it Mount Everest?
Yeah. That or like, it just escaped me. The Trench. Is it the Mariana Trench?
Not the top. That's not the top. That's the very bottom.
Yes.
That's the definition of rock bottom.
It's being ironic, Eric.
That's the definition of ocean rock bottom.
Ocean rock bottom. That sounds like a song.
Ocean rock bottom sounds like, yeah, it does. Sounds like a song or a band name.
Or a band name.
Or an album title.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, did you see the new album drop, Ocean Rock Bottom by such and such?
That's a terrible band name.
Such and such being the actual band name. We talked about this before, not on the podcast, but such and such being an actual band name.
I was also thinking, that's a terrible band name. Such and such.
New album, Ocean Rock Bottom by such and such.
Because you made the comment about when parents then are like, they listen to that music, such and such. That band you like, such and such.
Yeah, because that way anyone that doesn't know what you're talking about would be like, that band you listen to, such and such, and they'd be right.
Okay. So we were at my mother-in-law's house the other day, and we were just talking about bands and concerts and stuff, and I said how I like the band Cake. And my mother-in-law was so funny because she was just sitting there like, Cake? Cake? What kind of name is that? Cake for a band? Cake? Just over and over.
I'm on your mother-in-law's side. That's a ridiculous name for a band.
Every band name is ridiculous. Tell me a band name that's not ridiculous.
I'm blanking. Maroon 5. There's 5 of them, and they wear maroon. I don't know.
Oh, so not ridiculous.
No. Not ridiculous at all.
Yeah, that's basically.
I don't know. I think you're telling me, okay, so you're telling me that Cake is a just as justifiable and makes sense band name as like AC/DC or like One Republic or like I'm picking ones or Imagine Dragons that like are better sounding band names.
Yes. Because every band name is ridiculous.
No, Cake is more ridiculous. Cake is way more ridiculous.
You think Cake is more ridiculous than Imagine Dragons? They can't even commit to the actual dragon. They're like, nah, just imagine it. Cake is like, here's a cake, we're done.
Because no. Because here's the thing. Cake, I don't know what their music sounds like, okay? But seeing how you like them, I have to assume that Cake is closer to Linkin Park than it is to Bubblegum Pop, right?
No, but okay.
Is it not? Mm-mm. Is it closer to Bubblegum Pop? I don't know.
It's maybe like in the middle.
Okay. But here's my point. Imagine Dragons establishes the kind of music they make just from their name, because their name is kind of like the, we're not going to play music that makes you think of actual dragons. It's not like epic fantasy music, but it's going to be like stronger, more like forceful music because it's like, Imagine Dragons, imagine like that kind of sound, right? It tells you what you're getting into versus Cake. Unless it's like bubblegum pop music, Cake doesn't make sense to me.
Imagine Dragons. It's almost like a dragon, but it's not. It's just imaginary.
Exactly.
Like,
because
Puff
if you
the
titled
Magic
your
Dragon.
music, if you titled your band name Actual Dragons, you would expect some sort of like more like fantasy inspired, like hardcore, like instrumentally kind of music. At least that's what I would think.
All right. You tell me, what kind of music does REO Speedwagon make?
The kind of music you would hear in a like high-paced racing game, like video game.
Okay. What kind of music does Whitesnake make?
Whitesnake makes hip hop and or rap.
Ace of Base.
Ace of Base is clearly like super heavy bass, like groove music.
Wallflowers.
Wallflowers makes what do they call that? What's that, like indie music, like indie pop?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tool
makes metal music.
Papa Roach
makes music for bugs. Am I wrong? Okay, so you're telling me that I'm not sort of right based on names alone, that I'm not sort of right.
Destiny's Child
makes fantasy music specifically about prophecies. Yeah. Like the kind of music that'd be about, like a Harry Potter, that kind of music.
They make the Harry Potter music.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, all right. I see your point now. Nailed it.
Like
every single one.
The name should impart an idea of the kind of music you make.
Modest Mouse.
Yeah, that makes like what is that? Like 40s. I'm thinking like 1940s not really ballroom, but you like 1940s dance music, but not like the like crazy dance, more like I'm thinking like light swing dance music, but not swing dance, swing music.
Catch 22.
They make the kind of music that would be in an action movie, like in like a Christopher Nolan action movie.
B-52s.
B-52s makes World War II era music, like pop music.
I just want to do this all day with you. This
This is your new favorite game.
This is my new favorite game. Eric, what kind of music is this?
I mean, okay. If you can separate in your brain, because most of these bands, I'm sure, are ones you know that what kind of music they actually make. If you can separate from your brain to the name alone, am I not right that like the names sort of do impart a certain feel to what you would expect?
I think it's hard for me to be like, yes, Modest Mouse makes 1940s ballroom music.
That's because you can't separate in your brain what they
I
make
can't
from,
do it. I can't do it
from the name.
But that's hilarious to me.
I wonder
love
if you could, if I could name bands you've never heard of, which I doubt I could.
Yeah,
I doubt I could
yeah.
do, but I bet you could if I did that.
I'll find somebody that knows a lot of music. Definitely, I know people who know more about music than me. So
You're telling me that the name Aha does not automatically kind of feel like that genre, the music they make. It feels like the kind of music it should be.
yes, it feels like
Their
the kind of
name-
music you play when you have a good idea.
Yeah. Their music, I feel like their music and their name makes sense to me.
All right. I see your point. It's just, I don't know.
I see your point, but I disagree with it.
My initial argument of that, trying to say that Cake is a ridiculous band name compared to any other band name is insane to me because every band name is ridiculous. It's just silly. It's most of the time it's silliness.
Here's the thing.
But I see your point. But that's the thing though, is there's so many bands that I just named that you said the music that they do and you're not accurate. You know what I mean? So obviously, then it's ridiculous.
So obviously, I have my opinions about band names, right? I think they should in part what you're doing.
I'm not saying Cake isn't a ridiculous band name. I'm saying that all band names are ridiculous.
Okay.
I just want to be clear on that. Please go ahead.
Here's my two things. One, Ocean Rock Bottom. It should, if that's your band name, right? Hypothetically, not an album name. That should impart what kind of music you're making. So Ocean Rock Bottom should be some sort of blend of like that. What is that? Like Caribbean kind of music that like. Or Caribbean kind of music that's sort of that vibe, you know, like the same feel as like Little Mermaid's music, right? Like that combined with rock music. That should be what it is.
That's interesting. You tell me Ocean Rock Bottom, I immediately think it's some kind of punk band.
Or that. I could see that too, actually. But like, so based on that logic, I think that, yeah, Cake is ridiculous. The other reason I think Cake is a ridiculous band name is because it's not creative. Because unless there's a specific reason, like it's an acronym or something, most other band names have at least some reason they picked it, or at least they sound more unique. Cake is like cake. Like I also fundamentally,
you
by the
picked
same logic,
AC/DC as your first example.
It was the first one that popped in my head, but I'm sure there's a better reason than Cake than that. I'm sure they had a better reason for that name than Cake has.
Well, if I looked up and Cake had some super deep, intricate reason for the band name being named Cake. You're okay with it?
It would make it better.
Do you feel the same way about naming children? Children's names are only good and not ridiculous if there's some deeper meaning?
No, because kids aren't bands. Not isolated. Not without other people.
Okay, this is only naming bands. Not products of any kind. Like
No.
Like you don't get upset about this when they name a car or something. You're like, there's no deeper meaning.
Okay,
to this.
car names are really stupid. The marketing, I would love to see inside the brain of the marketing corporation groups that to get to decide what they're naming a new car model, because so many of them are ridiculous.
Like what? Give me one.
Okay, back to Cake for a moment. I'll give you one in a minute, but I got to finish my thought on Cake.
I love
Cake. What I was gonna say is that like in some ways I also have the same opinion about like Train. To me, is the same idea. It's like it's not as interesting as a band name as like when you have the really weird ones like Imagine Dragons or like One Republic. Like they're at least more. There's something about the name that's better, I think.
Well, that's because you're stupid.
It feels more creative than just Cake or just Train.
You think Imagine Dragons is creative?
It's better than Cake.
What do you think the most creative band name you've ever heard is?
Ocean Rock Bottom.
I even have a band that has an album out right now.
I don't know.
Rock Bottom.
Okay. There's one I've told you about them before, but there's one that I've seen on YouTube that's like a metal, like a Norwegian metal band. I think I don't know if they're Norwegian, but they're like a metal band. And their name is Windrose, and that one's cool.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say The Who.
The Who is cool, but not the original, not the WHO Who, the HU Who. Now, granted, I will say by name, it's probably not the most creative name out there, but it's interesting. I'm trying to think of cool band names that I know of, or I guess creative, not necessarily cool, but like more creative band names.
I guess my thing is, I don't think any band name. I don't have feelings.
There's a country group
with
called
band names.
Lady
I don't
Antebellum,
think they're
and that's
great.
an interesting name. I don't know what it means, but it's more interesting because it's
why?
Because
it just is. It just invokes a feeling in you.
By name alone, not by anything they do, but name alone, you're telling me that Lady Antebellum's not a better band name than Cake.
I don't know. Makes me feel like she hung out with like Marie Antoinette.
Okay, that's ironic given the cake.
And I'm like, I don't want to hate, right? I don't want to. Well, listen, they were just like that. They were thrown into that. They didn't ask to be there. They were just made there. That wasn't their choice, you know? Yeah, they were friends with her.
Cake is not sentient.
Wrong place, wrong time,
right?
You know? Yes.
Well, then why are you referring to Cake in the they?
Because it was funny at the moment because we were talking about they, the band.
I don't know of a band called
Cake,
The They.
the
Is
object.
It like a spinoff of The Who?
The They.
There's a The They, The Who, and also The What?
It's once you figured out who they were, they became The They.
I don't know. I've seen some of their music videos. I think at this point they might be The What.
And the album was titled We
They
Be Saying.
You know, they be saying. The Who be saying? Exactly.
You get it.
I don't know. Do you know if the Who is still around? Like the WHO Who? Are they still a band?
I don't know. I wouldn't think so.
Well, if
but
they
let's see.
On the off chance they still exist, they desperately need to collaborate with the HU Who, so that then they can have the Who with the Who. So it can be like the Who featuring the Who. The Who.
The Who.
And then they need to find a band.
Who's opening for the Who?
Or an artist that's first name is like You or last name is You. So then they can be You Who Who. You Who.
You Who. Yes, they're touring right now if you're interested to go. It's their farewell tour. So this is, if you want the Who thing to happen, it's got to happen now. They're not coming anywhere near us.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. You could go to Toronto.
I don't think the HU Who live anywhere near us either, so I don't think that would really work out. Why are they in Toronto?
I don't know. Actually, the HU Who will be here on the 12th.
The HU?
Do you want to go?
Not really.
Should we go?
I don't really care to actually see them. I know they exist, but I don't listen to their music really. But still, that's crazy. What are the odds?
So actually, they're coming a lot closer to us than
I'm kind of curious if what their concert tickets cost. Not that I actually want to go, but I am curious.
This says somewhere between $50 to $60. Depending on seats.
Bad for like a concert.
I feel like we would pitch this to go as a group, and everyone else would be like, no.
They'd be like, why do you want to go see this random Mongolian metal band? I mean, not gonna lie, they do have some cool stuff. I have listened to a couple of their songs, and some of their songs are cool. But I also have no idea what their songs are about because it's not in English.
You showed me. That's fine. That's like Heelung. I like their songs. I don't know what they're saying either.
And you're telling me that's not better than Cake?
Yeah, Heelung. The Nordic band?
I doubt it. It probably means like He Who Fights with Wolves.
That might mean Cake in Nordic. I have no idea.
No. He Who Fights with Wolves. That's what it means. I refuse to accept it has anything to do with Cake.
I just like that you'd be on board if there was some deeper meaning.
Oh, yeah. If Cake was an acronym because like there were 4 members and their names started like with the letters of Cake, it'd make more sense. It'd be okay.
The band came up with the name Cake. It's not referring to the food. It's referring to when something becomes a part of your life. They mean it more as something cakes onto your shoe and it's there until you get rid of it.
Oh, so basically they called their band name Leech in a nicer way.
Well, yeah, but there's already a band named Leech, so.
Is there really a band Leech?
I'm pretty sure.
Like it just sticks to you and it's just like attached permanently?
Yeah, there's band named Leech.
Is there a band named Parasite?
I think it's sort of like, when you have those people in your life who sort of just come into your life and then they never leave and you're like, I should really scrape them off like a barnacle on a ship, but they won't leave. And then you start a podcast together and you're like, well, now they're never going to go.
I know at least one of those.
Yeah.
Sad part is I
Well, you
probably know at
should know
least a couple, a
yourself.
handful
That's
of those.
important.
You
Yeah.
know, Sun Tzu does say know yourself, know your enemy. Except I think it's rearranged. I think it's know your enemy, know yourself, I think. Which, ironically, if I can get on a tangent about Sun Tzu for a second here, did you know, I don't know if I've told you this before, but did you know Sun Tzu did not write most of the Art of War himself and or any of it, depending on your interpretation?
Was it his wife? Because we all know women are better at war.
No, 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 no. I mean, it might have been, but no. Because I've read The Art of War, and I read one. The version I read had a bunch of like scholarly notes, like every single section. Because The Art of War is basically, if you don't know, it's not a book. It's more like a collection of phrases, basically like wartime phrases, right? It's almost like the Confucius sayings, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say I was trying to think of what the word for that is when it's
Yeah, I don't know what
go
those are
on.
called, but it's a collection of those. So the one I read had like each one, and then it had like a bunch of commentary from like analysts and people and stuff. And at the start, it basically was saying how I think there's only a portion. I don't know. I'm not gonna say numbers because I don't know the numbers, but there's a portion, only a portion of it that they know was Sun Tzu or things he actually said or wrote, and the rest of it, the assumption is if it was related to him, it was either like scribes that wrote it down things he said, but were never specifically said it was him, or people that wrote things and attributed it to him because he was a well-known like tactician or stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not like there's no proof that like a majority of, or not majority, but a good chunk of it, there's no proof if it was actually him.
There's also no proof it wasn't.
But I mean, that's the same thing Confucius, right? It's like there's all the Confucius phrases, and from what we know, a good chunk of those aren't necessarily Confucius either. They're just attributed to him because he was a philosopher.
What do you think your favorite quote from that was?
The Art of War?
Yeah.
That's assuming I remember The Art of War.
Oh, because you don't learn anything. I forgot.
Yeah. No, it's not the learning. This one's the lack of memory, not the lack of learning.
I mean, it really explains a lot about your fighting technique.
I read The Art
fact
of
that
War and
you
remember none of it.
You don't remember The Art of War.
I don't remember The Art of War. It explains everything about my ability to be a tactician. You know the funny thing is, okay. So if I can continue about The Art of War, based on a lot of the scholarly analytical stuff, the majority of that is not actually about war. Not majority, again. Once again, I don't know exact numbers, but there's a good chunk of it that's not actually about war. It's about like relationships and like specifically like in the pursuit of women kind of relationships.
Yeah. Love is a battlefield.
Sort of, yeah, it's like a love is a battlefield kind of thing. It's like if you're in a relationship and you're trying to pursue like a specific person, it's like all that kind of stuff. Less so about like actual warfare.
That makes it really funny to read these quotes I looked up.
Did you look up Art of War quotes?
Please. Yeah, I was just curious. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. That's true love if I've ever heard it.
True love is winning a war without fighting.
Okay, but plan for what is difficult while it's easy. Do what is great while it is small.
See, you're telling me you couldn't apply that to like a relationship instead of like warfare?
Well, how about this one? It is the rule in war: if 10 times the enemy's strength surround them, if 5 times attack them, if double, be able to divide them, if equal, engage them, if fewer, be able to evade them, if weaker, be able to avoid them.
Haha, see? Relationships.
Swipe
again.
left. Avoid, evade.
Evade. I did just find one that I think should be applied to most management in almost any job anywhere. They need to learn this and take this into their core. But it says, treat your men as you would your own beloved sons, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. And I think all management needs to hear that and process that and live by it. Because, if management treats their employees right, then their employees will do a lot more for them and go a lot farther for them and for the company as a whole than if your management's bad.
Okay, but the skillful soldier does not raise a second levy. Neither are his supplies wagons. Oh my gosh! Neither are his supply wagons loaded more than twice. I don't know why supply wagons was hard to get out. If you are far from the enemy, make him believe you are near. Is that like when you leave love notes when you pack someone's lunch?
Wait. Say the quote again.
If you are far from your enemy, make them believe you are near.
Although, I don't know if enemy works when you're saying with relationships.
I'm just telling you what you told me.
Hey, relationships, Kassi. You ready for this? Who wishes to fight must first count the cost. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
So yeah, see, the art of war is very vital, very important. Teaches you how to manage your relationships. Is it the best tool out there? Probably not. Should you listen to it? Probably not. Just like you should not take our advice for anything. But based on scholarly things, I seem to remember them saying a good chunk of it was about like relationship stuff.
I mean, it doesn't have to be romantic relationships. I think just any relationship.
True.
You know?
It does figure that the art of war is not necessarily about war.
It's not. It's about art.
Is not art just war by a different name? Is not war just a form of art? It's performance art.
Performance art.
Hey.
Well, isn't that we talked about that with like samurais and how a lot of it
isn't the plural of samurai just samurai?
Is it samurai? I don't know.
So. I don't think they put an S on
it.
Is
it?
I mean, samurai is a Japanese word anyway. It's not an English word anyway, so it's going to be different.
Yeah,
but
I have no idea.
Think even the English version of the word, I don't think you pluralize it with an S.
Okay. I heard you the first time.
Anyway, isn't that the thing with samurai?
But isn't that the thing with samurai is that it wasn't just about fighting, but it was art, you know?
I don't know if it was art. I mean, I know their whole thing is the honor, but I don't know about the art thing.
Or maybe like art is the wrong word, but I just mean, you know, it's about the mind-body connection and, you know.
Well, it wasn't just a warfare thing. It was a whole lifestyle
thing.
thing.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
It's like I'm not just a soldier in war times. Or samurai in war times. I'm a samurai in everything because it's more than just the way that you fight.
Yeah.
But I mean, that to a small extent, that's like Japanese culture in a general, though. It's not, at least historically, and probably to an extent now, but it's not like none of it was like a only in one category role. It's like no, this affects no matter what your role is, it affects every part of your life.
It's who you are, not what you do.
I mean, it was also what you. Yeah, it was both.
I said not just what you do.
Did you say just? I don't remember if you said
Pretty
just.
Sure. Just what you. Oh, maybe I didn't.
I should have. I think you said it's who you are, not what you do.
Good thing I'm the editor.
Are you gonna you record the word just and splice and stuff it in the middle of your sentence? It's like not just what you do, and it's like very clearly cut in.
You haven't noticed that I've done it so far, so that'll be fine.
I think I did. I think the very first episode, I feel like the outro was recorded after the fact. When you did that, that's why we're not really friends.
Well, yeah, that's because we had all of our talking. We're closing out like the behind the scenes talking. Like we ended the podcast and then we talked for a long time, and then we decided on this is why we're not really friends.
Yeah, but like if you listen to back to the first episode, that end where this is why we're not really friends has a slightly different audio tone to it. And I think it's because it was spliced in.
But please, if you go back and listen to it, listen to the whole thing. Don't just skip to the end.
Well, because you have to. You have to listen to the whole thing so you can have, like, in your head a frame of reference to compare the last bit to.
You can't just skip straight to the end.
No, absolutely not. That's like reading the last page in a book when you start a new book. And even if you're reading a book you've read before, you don't skip to the last page and only read the last chapter. You got to reread the whole thing.
Yeah. Context.
In fact, actually, I think last paging is almost worse the second time through. Because if you skip to the last page the first time through, then you're just impatient and you want to know how the story ends. If you do it the second time through, you already know how the story ends, so why are you doing it?
Do you feel like you know how the story ends? Because you don't know the characters. You don't know the context. So they could tell you an ending and you have no idea what that means.
There could be a book where like you skip to the last page and it's like, oh no, such and such dies, but then you find out they're the villain and it was a good thing they died.
Yeah. We laugh about that because I'm going to go into spoiler talk here. So if you for some reason are still...
Spoilers for what?
Wait, I'm getting there. So if you're for some reason still planning on watching Game of Thrones, don't. Anyway, spoiler for Game of Thrones.
I love how... Wait. I love how... Hold on, tangent. I love how you didn't say don't watch it. You just said don't. Like, no. You didn't say, sorry. Correction on my thought. I said phrase that wrong. You didn't say... stop listening to the podcast if you're still planning on watching Game of Thrones. You said don't, like it's not worth watching, which I agree with you.
Oh. Okay, here starts the spoiler. So our friends had been talking to us and they're like, oh, we always wanted to get into Game of Thrones, but we just couldn't do it because we had seen like one scene randomly where this guy gets molten gold poured over his head. And that was a lot. And we're just like, we're not sure that's the show for us. And at the time, we really loved Game of Thrones. And we were like, no, It's amazing. You don't even feel bad when that happens to that guy. That guy sucks, right? And then our friends went and watched it, and when they got to that episode, they called us the next day, and they're just like, "You're right. You don't even feel bad when that happens."
You're like, turns out if it's a villain, nobody cares.
Yeah, like he weirdly deserved that. Also, I keep saying we, my husband Trey and I,
Also,
big Game of Thrones
does anyone
fans.
ever
Think Game of
really
Thrones
deserve having
us.
molten gold dumped on their head?
You should probably watch the first season of Game of Thrones.
I should probably not, and I never will. I will
It's
not,
actually
ever.
a lot of story stuff that you enjoy. I feel like you would enjoy some of the story elements of Game of Thrones. Just don't watch after season 5. It's just not worth it.
How about I just don't watch any of it ever? I just can be content in the fact
Good,
that
don't.
I have no desire to.
Yeah, good, don't. You don't need to.
And I also don't think anyone ever deserves having molten gold dumped on their head. I'm like, that's a pretty aggressive.
Not true.
Nah, it seems aggressive. Just like what happened to a good old fashioned guillotine? You know, I'm with the French on this.
They didn't have a guillotine. Are you? Because I feel like you're gonna die from molten gold faster than a guillotine.
Are you though? I don't know. I mean,
depending. I've heard some horrible things about guillotines not working out the way they should have.
If you have a well-built, sharp guillotine, it's like an instantaneous thing.
I feel like your body would get so overwhelmed by the hot metal that you also would shut down pretty quickly. I don't know.
It depends, right? Because like, I don't know. Is this too morbid for the podcast? I'm just sitting there going like, well, if you get set on fire, I'm like, people that die because like they're on fire or something, the heat doesn't kill them that quickly. So the molten gold wouldn't necessarily. I mean, I know it's a lot hotter, but it wouldn't necessarily.
Maybe you're right. I think I'm really stuck on the fact that sometimes the guillotine doesn't work and they have to do it again or bring out an axe kind of thing.
I feel like that's okay, but people fixate on that, and I bet that's the exception.
You're right. I feel like the molten gold would be closer. Yeah, I bet the molten gold would be closer to being like filleted to death. Like, yeah, eventually your nervous system will shut down,
so
but
it's
going to
be executed
for a while.
And for some reason, every execution was on the table, all of them, like even medieval ones. What would you pick?
Ooh, what would I pick?
In fact, let's say exclusively older ones, because like a lot of the more modern ones are actually way more humane. So like, let's say specifically more medievally kind of ones.
Gosh, see, here's the thing. It's like I want something cool, you know, but I don't want something that's going to last forever because I'm like, you know.
Are you saying you're saying you want to be able to say you were drawn and quartered, but you don't want to have to be drawn and quartered?
Right? I don't want to be like, oh yeah, you know, firing squad. Ooh, you know, took her out quick. But then I'm like, I don't want to be burned at the stake. That seems like the worst. You know?
You think that's the worst? You think burned at the stake is worse than drawn and quartered?
They're all pretty bad. Yeah. All right, you convinced me. Guillotine's the way to go.
Yeah, it really is, though.
I would prefer
guillotine is
exile.
Where it's at.
Like, I was thinking about this with the, oh man, what's that Roman emperor, the crazy one? Caligula? Yeah, Caligula. That's the guy. All right.
Caligula? Caligula sounds like a medical condition.
Anyway.
It's like, oh man, I got diagnosed with Caligula.
So I'm pretty sure he had this whole thing, but he ended up sending, like, his wife or something couldn't get pregnant. So he just sent her away to go live on a smaller island in a villa with servants to take care of her and everything. He's just like, hey, can you just like go live the rest of your life over there by yourself? You're completely taken care of. Just don't be around me and don't let anyone ever see you again. And I'm like, that?
It's like, I'm not going to execute you. I just don't want to ever see you again.
And that sounds delightful. Can you imagine? I get to be completely taken.
That's not a punishment for you. That's a vacation.
I get to be completely pampered, and I get to live in a beautiful Roman villa on a private island with servants to take care of me. I don't have to be around my crazy husband. If my husband was Caligula, if it was Trey, I'd be like, come with me.
Wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute.
No.
I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah, no. Listen, Trey, I'd be like, let's both go live in a Roman villa on an island by ourselves. Caligula, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I'll get away from you.
I mean, do you know that though? You don't know how, I mean, that's what he decided to do to his wife. Henry VIII killed them all.
He was crazy for other reasons.
Arguably, Caligula may not have been that bad. I don't know. There's a chance he might not have been that crazy.
Yeah, I think the thing is I think he was fine. I think it was like there's something about, I feel like it was like as he got older or something, he got paranoid or something like that, and then he started, I think, thinking everyone was like gonna kill him or something.
So did Henry VIII.
Yeah,
Of course, he started paranoid.
he started paranoid and then became paranoid.
He got worse. Caligula. That's still such a weird name.
All right, so that's better because Nero, he beheaded his first wife.
Yeah, well, Nero wasn't he like known for being a terrible, like historically nowadays known for being a really horrible,
His
awful
first
person.
wife made it off easy. His second wife, he kicked to death. Poppaea.
That might be one of the worst ways to go. That might be a pretty bad one.
Gosh. All right. I take it back.
Caligula's probably not that bad.
I apologize. I take it back. Nero, way crazier than you. Take it back. All of it.
You need to write a formal letter to the Roman embassy and be like, I apologize to Caligula.
I apologize. That's wild.
If Caligula were a medical condition, what would it be?
Huh.
It sounds like one where your blood turns to jello.
Probably coagulate is probably why you're thinking that.
Caligula, yeah, probably. I was diagnosed with Caligula. It means I have to take blood thinners.
I want to throw that in at the doctor's office. Just if something like my blood won't thicken, I'm like, it just won't Caligula. And they're like, oh yeah, that's not it. Oh, but I will tell you, I went to the dermatologist the other day. I just had I had a mole on my leg, and I was just like, oh, I just want to make sure it's not going to kill me. And the doctor looked at it, and he was just like, yeah, no, it's just it's like a weird thing of scar tissue or whatever. And I said something about moling it over, and he didn't find that joke as funny as I thought he would for a dermatologist. He just kind of looked at me like,
I mean, I know somebody that has an astronomy joke that they absolutely love.
Mm-hmm.
And the one time that they were talking to an actual astronomer and they told him the joke, the astronomer did not laugh that hard. And they were also surprised. And I'm like, I think it's because if you work in a given field, you've probably heard all the jokes related to that field that could possibly exist.
I mean, I get that for an astronomer, but for a dermatologist, do you think they're actually getting people who are coming there with jokes?
I mean, I would do it. Schedule a dermatology appointment, not even have a reason to be there, just jokes.
He walks in, you're standing there with a microphone going, it's good to see you, audience. Thank you for coming. Look at the start of the set.
You're like, the best part is I didn't plan these. I'm just making them up off the skin of my teeth. Is
this thing on? Oh, man.
I'm literally sitting here racking my brain for other skin dermatology jokes.
Yeah, you should work on that before your appointment.
It's like, wow, you're not laughing. I guess I'm having a rash of bad jokes.
Oh, man.
That one didn't even really make sense to me either. I'm okay. It's okay.
You're like, it's fine if you don't laugh. It wasn't that good. I'm going to see someone about it.
Oh, man. Remember 2020? It was one real epidermis. That didn't make sense either. That was such a stretch.
That was worse.
That was
it's getting worse. Oh, man. Yeah, it's, I bet you're bad jokes. That's why we're not really friends.
Probably.